Dear students, I welcome you all for fourth period of first chapter, ninth standard. The chapter is Matter Around Us. In this chapter already we have studied 3 periods. Under the 3 periods we have studied so far different properties of solids, different properties of liquid and different properties of gases. Dear students, we also studied the molecular arrangements in case of solid, liquid and gases. Based on that knowledge, now let us answer these questions. The questions are like this. The first question is like this. Suggest an illustration to show that the rate of evaporation increases with increase in surface area. So for this statement, you have to support with an illustration. One example you have to give. With the help of that example, you have to support this statement. Now let us study. I am going to take the drying of wet cloth. So to get the wet cloth dry soon, we have to spread it over on some objects. So generally we spread the wet cloth over some object for drying. If you spread the wet cloth, then it dries faster than when it is in the crumpled state. So with the help of this, we can support the statement that if the surface area of evaporation is increased, then the rate of evaporation is more. Then let us go to the next question. The rate of evaporation is decreased by increasing humidity. You know, to answer this question, we have to first study what is humidity. Humidity means the amount of water vapor that is present in the atmospheric air is called humidity. Then the humidity is more during the rainy season and humidity is less in the summer season. So take this concept or take this knowledge and let us illustrate an example. It is your common experience that wet cloth takes a long time to dry up during rainy season when compared to the summer season. Why the cloths dry soon in the summer season than during the rainy season? This is because the humidity during the rainy season is more. That means the atmospheric air contains large amount of water vapor during the rainy season than during the summer season. So atmospheric air has a limit to absorb the water vapor. It cannot absorb any more water vapor than this limit. So the amount of water vapor absorbed by the atmospheric air during the rainy season is less than that of the summer season. Then one more question we are going to discuss now, that is the third question. The third question is the wet cloth dry faster in windy day. Give reason. Because wind takes away the evaporated water vapor to distant places. So the water vapor that is present near the evaporating substance is less. So when wet cloth is placed in the windy area, then it evaporates fast. So generally it is your experience that daily we are wiping the floor with the help of wet cloth. So to get the floor dry faster, we switch on the fan. When you switch on the fan, the floor gets dried up more quickly. So this is your experience. So with the help of that experience, you can answer this question. Then let us answer, how does the evaporation cause cooling effect? So for evaporation, the substance which are going to evaporate absorb the heat from the surrounding. It absorbs the heat from the surrounding. So for evaporation, if it absorb heat from the surrounding, what happens to the surrounding temperature? Definitely the temperature of the surrounding water decreases. So evaporation causes cooling effect. Then one more question, why does our palm feel cold when we put some acetone, petrol or perfume on our skin? This is your common experience. Even if you touch or if your skin touches to the spirit, you feel the cooling effect, because these substances which are mentioned in the question are highly evaporative. They are called volatile substances. So these volatile substances absorb the heat from our skin when they are come in contact with the skin. So we feel cold effect when they are come in contact with our skin. Then next question is, generally the people sprinkle water on the roof or on the open ground during the summer to cool the hot surface. How water makes them cool? This is very easy, because water absorb heat from the surface like roof or open ground when it is sprinkled on them. So when it absorbs the heat from these surfaces, the surface like roof or surface like ground, their temperature decreases, so they become cool. Next, what type of cloth should we wear during the summer? We have to wear cotton cloths during summer. This is because during summer we generally sweat. The cotton absorb water or sweat from our body, because the absorbing capacity of cotton is more. So we have to wear cotton cloths during the summer. Then why should we wear cotton cloth during summer? This answer is over. Why should we sweat during the summer? This is a mechanism of our body that is called thermoregulation, to decrease the body temperature. During the summer, our body temperature rises, but our body temperature should not exceed certain limit, because our body contains many proteins. Those proteins undergo denaturation, so it causes even death. So to maintain body temperature constant is very important. So when we sweat, the water vapor comes to the outer surface of the skin. For evaporation, those water vapors absorb the temperature from the body. What happens? Then the body temperature decreases. So generally, as soon as we sweat, the body temperature decreases. Next question is, how does the water kept in the earthen pot become cool during the summer? So earthen pot is porous in nature. It has many small holes in it. So when we store water, the water oozes out of the earthen pot and water comes to the surface. This surface water starts evaporating by absorbing the heat from the earthen pot, and earthen pot absorb the heat from the water which is present inside. So the inside water become very cool when it is preserved in the earthen pot. Next question, why are we able to sip hot tea or milk faster from the saucer rather than the cup? the cup has less surface area for evaporation, whereas saucer is wider in shape, so there is large area, surface area is provided for evaporation. So as the evaporation rate is more, then the what is called tea, hot tea or milk gets cooled very easily, very quickly. So if you place the hot tea or hot milk in the saucer, it gets cold quickly. Next question, why should we see water droplet on the outer surface of the glass containing ice cold water? So if you take a beaker and you have placed some ice cold water in it, the outer surface of the beaker is in the direct contact with the atmosphere. As you know, atmosphere air contains some water vapor in it. So those water vapor comes in contact with the external surface of the beaker which contains cold water. So the water vapor get condensed on the external surface and they form the water droplets. When they condense, water vapor changes into water droplets. Those water droplets can be visible on the outer surface of the beaker. So this is the reason why it happens. So thank you for listening the class. Thank you student. I am Gurumurthy S, science teacher, Government High School, Torehadlu, Sringeri Taluk, Chikmagaluru district, Karnataka state. Thank you for listening the class.